and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. Central Committee meeting of UML endorses 3 reports, calls Standing Committee meeting to discuss 10 points agreement. Nepal-China Border Study Committee submits report, Home Minister pledges to implement the report. Government opens advance booking of tickets for Dasai, urges commuters to book the tickets through online medium. South Korea urges North to restore hotlines for any talks. Expert says North Korea wants relief from US-led sanctions. And Gunners defeat North London rivals at Emirates Stadium. Saka scores his first Premier League goal for Arsenal since January. And now the news in detail. The Central Committee meeting of CP and UML has concluded after endorsing 3 reports which will be presented in the party's General Convention. The Central Committee meeting, which began on Friday, endorsed the political proposal presented by Party Chairman KP Oli, organizational proposal presented by General Secretary Ishwar Pokhrel and Party Statute Convention presented by Deputy General Secretary Vishnu Paudel.
कमरेड विष्णु पौडेलले विधान संशोधन सम्बन्धी प्रस्ताव प्रस्तुत गर्नुभएको थियो र त्यसलाई पनि बैठकले आवश्यक परिमार्जनसहित सुझावसहित पास गरेको छ र यो विधान महाधिवेशन यही असोज 15 गते 11 बजे ललितपुरको गोदावरी स्थित सनराइज हलमा यसको उद्घाटन हुनेछ र त्यहाँ 3 दिनसम्म हामी छलफल गर्नेछौँ।
CP and UML Vice Chairman Bhim Rawal was absent during yesterday's Central Committee meeting. Rawal had boycotted the meeting, stating that the party had not shown any interest to implement the 10-point agreement reached between the warring faction of the party. The party has called its Standing Committee meeting at 11 a.m. today to discuss the 10-point agreement. The government has decided to open advance ticket booking for vehicles targeting the Dasai starting from today. The Ministry of Transport Management says that it will be easy to make arrangements for booking tickets through the online system as the risk of coronavirus has not yet declined. A report. At a meeting of the Development of Technology Committee held at Singadarbar on Sunday, Secretary at the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and Transport Rabindranath Shrestha said that the government has decided to open advance ticket booking for Dasai from today. He said that it would be convenient and appropriate to make arrangements for booking tickets through online system as the risk of coronavirus has not declined. Stating that passenger help desk will be operated in 14 places of Kathmandu Valley, he said that 5 help desks have been prepared and all 14 will be operated from Monday. He said that any vehicle would not be checked at the checkpoint to facilitate the passengers on the occasion of Dasai.
अनलाइन तथा मोबाइल एपबाट पनि टिकट खरिद गर्न प्रोत्साहन गरोस्। अब मान्छेहरुलाई चाहिँ हामीले प्रोत्साहन गरिरहेका छौं। सकेसम्म त्यहाँबाट टिकट लिने व्यवस्था भए पनि ठगिने चाहिँ चान्स कम हुन्छ।
At the meeting of the committee, Director General of the Development of Transport Management Namaraj Ghimire requested people to book tickets online or from their mobile phones. Stating that there might be problems due to middlemen appearing to distribute tickets during Dasai, he urged the people sitting at the ticket counters to wear identity cards and uniforms this year.
टिकट काउन्टरमा परिचय पत्र भएका र तोकेको पोशाक भनेको उहाँले सकियो भनेदेखि ट्र्याक सुट नत्र भनेदेखि एउटा ज्याकेट मात्रै भए पनि हामी दिन्छौं भन्नुभएको छ। त्यो भन्दा बाहेकको जोसुकैले त्यहाँ टिकट चाहिँ बिक्री वितरण सम्बन्धी काम गरेको पाइएमा चाहिँ प्रहरीले तत्काल समाउने त्यसलाई चाहिँ त्यहीबाट पक्राउ गर्ने भन्ने चाहिँ विषय निर्णय भएको छ। त्यहाँ चाहिँ कार्यविभागको प्रहरी महानिर्देशकले पनि आउनु भएको थियो। त्यो अनुसारले चाहिँ यसपालि यो टिकट काउन्टरहरूलाई अलिकति व्यवस्थित गर्नको लागि पढाइ गर्ने भन्ने निर्णय भएको छ।
Likewise, the committee has directed the government to complete the constructions of the damaged roads immediately on the occasion of Dasai. The committee has directed the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Ministry of Physical Infrastructures and Transport to complete the constructions of roads which were damaged during the monsoon. The Nepal-China Border Study Committee, formed to study the problems relating to the Nepal-China border from Lim Lapcha to Hilsa of Humla district, has submitted its report to Home Minister Balkrishna Kant. A report. Coordinator of the Nepal-China Border Study Committee, Jayanarayan Acharya, submitted a report on border issues between the two countries to the Home Minister Balkrishna Kant on Sunday. Upon receiving the report, Minister Kant pledged to make efforts to implement the report prepared after on-site visit to the disputed border areas. The minister said that the report has paved a way to look into border areas in other parts of the country. He added that the government will be effortful to enforce the issues raised in the report, extending his gratitude to the committee members for accomplishing the task by reaching such remote places. Kant expressed his view that the report would be vital to protect Nepal's territory in Limi, Lapcha and Hilsa and to understand the people and the geographical condition in those places. Joint Secretary Acharya on the occasion appraised the minister about the report and its conclusion and recommendation. Other members of the committee included Deputy Director General of the Department of Survey Susil Dangol, SSP of Nepal Police Umesh Raj Joshi, Armed Police Force SSP Pradeep Kumar Pal, and National Investigation Department's Deputy Investigation Director Ashok Kumar Shrestha. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed a total of 834 new cases of COVID-19 across the country. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, there are currently 19,142 active cases of coronavirus in the country. Among the infected people, 368 have been receiving treatment in ICU, 120 in ventilators, 17,813 in home isolations, and 1,329 in institutional isolations. Altogether, 244 are in quarantine facilities. Similarly, a total of 1,279 COVID-19 patients have recovered from the disease during the period. With this, the recovery caseload stands at 761,154. The recovery rate is 96.2%, the ministry said. Meanwhile, the disease claimed 9 lives yesterday. This takes the death toll to 11,096. And now the news from economic front. Preparations are underway for the environmental impact assessment of the 683 megawatt Sunkosi 3 reservoir power project. For this, the Department of Power Development under the Ministry of Energy, Water Resources and Irrigation has scheduled a public hearing in 4 districts under the project affected area from yesterday. A report. Stakeholders have been requested to give their opinions and suggestions during the hearing being organized in different places of Kavre Palanchok, Sindhupalchok, Ramechhap and Sindhuli districts. Residents of 3 rural and 2 municipalities of Sindhupalchok, 3 rural and 2 municipalities of Kavre, 2 rural municipality of Ramechhap and 1 rural municipality of Sindhuli will be affected by the project. According to the department, a public hearing has been organized at the local level after a technical study of the project was completed. Suggestions have also been sought from schools, hospitals, health posts, stakeholders and organizations in the districts, municipalities and villages that may be affected by the project. The Sunkosi 3 project, which is currently being studied at various stages by the Department of Power Development, is in the process of being constructed by the Bangladesh government at the joint venture. Under the project, it is proposed to build a dam on the Sunkosi River at the border of Tamil Rural Municipality 9 of Kavre Palanchok and at Lubughat of Kadaveri Rural Municipality 1 of Ramechhap, the department has allocated Rs 190 million for the study of Sunkosi 3 and Sunkosi 2 projects. It is estimated that it will cost Rs 330 million to complete the study of both the projects. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. South Korea on Sunday urged North Korea to restore dormant communication hotlines a day after the North repeated an offer to open conditional talks. The North might be seeking to extract concessions about 2 weeks after it raised tensions by carrying out its first missile test in 6 months. North Korea has twice reached out to South Korea saying it's open to talk if conditions are met. Kim Yo-jong, the powerful sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, said Saturday the two Koreas can take steps towards reconciliation if South Korea abandons hostile policies and double-dealing standards. She didn't elaborate on what specific steps she wants South Korea to take, but some experts say North Korea wants South Korea to play a role in winning relief from US-led sanction, getting aid, on receiving other concessions such as international recognition as the nuclear weapon state. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Arsenal's revival gathered place as Tottenham's recent decline continued in an entertaining North London derby at Emirates Stadium. The Gunners propped up the table after 3 games while Spurs were top under new manager Nuno Espirito Santo. How things have changed as a rampant Arsenal ripped their shambolic rivals to shreds in the brilliant first half. Emile Smith-Rowe started the celebrations for the Arsenal fans when he arrived unmarked to sweep home Bukayo Saka's cross after 12 minutes before the squad turned provider as Pierre-Emerick got the second midway through the half. Spurs were producing a horror show, and nothing summed it up better than Arsenal's third. After 34 minutes, Harry Kane fell over the ball in a Spurs attack, then missed 2 tackles on Saka as he raced back into his own penalty area to try to secure the situation. Saka compounded the agony with a calm finish. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Central Committee meeting of UML endorses 3 reports, called Standing Committee meeting to discuss 10 points agreement. Nepal-China Border Study Committee submit reports, Home Minister pledges to implement the report. Government opens advance booking of ticket for Dasai, urges commuters to book the tickets through online medium. South Korea urges North to restore hotlines for any talks. Expert says North Korea wants relief from US-led sanction. And Gunners defeat North London rivals at Emirates Stadium. Saka scores his first Premier League goals for Arsenal since January. That's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.